Day number 53. Today we tried out a new fundamentals routine in the shooting range in order to warm up and improve mechanically at the game. This is one of the drills I did where it's working on spray transferring, where you start spraying at one enemy and then you try to transfer it to the next bot that spawns in. Now, this is pretty interesting because one, if you're fast enough, you can kill them with the initial spray, which is important. And then if you're too slow, because you have infinite ammo on, you have to control the end range of the spraying, and you get a lot of reps in controlling that, depending on how bad you are. Then, of course, we hopped into our death matches, where I just played some regular games, trying to focus on peaking, shooting accuracy, everything, but mostly just kind of my movement in general is my overall goal for improvement right now. It's going pretty well, I think. There's still opportunities where I see my crosshair being in a bad position, but it's honestly a lot more rare. Like, I feel like somehow my movement training is actually improving my crosshair positioning more than anything else, which then makes my movement better because, movement is all about getting your crosshair into the most likely position to kill someone, because everything in this game is aiming. Right? If you say you're working on aiming, you're really working on everything. We hop into our first game on Icebox. We got the Reyna. They had a Cypher on their team, which was pretty confusing. I had never seen that before. So there was like trip locations I didn't even think could be tripped or would be tripped. Another instance of me getting absolutely destroyed by a Neon player. But overall, when we watch back the footage, a little bit of spraying there. I am trying to work on spraying a bit more because at certain ranges, it's just like better. And also, I have a problem where I only burst because spraying, you could say it's more than 4 shots maybe, right? But I feel like you can burst more than 2 shots, and I need to do that more often. And I feel like the closer range the fight is, the more shots you should burst with, essentially, depending on a lot of factors. There was some pretty bad shooting error there. I know a lot of people are like, look at all the blue. But if you think about it, blue is a pretty nice color, okay? It complements your vision, and it has a calming effect. So theoretically speaking, let's say you're having a lot of tilt problems, right? You could throw the shooting error graph on, generate a lot of shooting error, and that'll actually solve your issues with tilting due to the psychological effects of the blue on your screen. Now you could say, but people hate Icebox and it has a lot of blue. Shouldn't that have a calming effect? Well, maybe they hate it because it calms them down so much they can't focus and play as well, right? That could be a factor. Now here I get the Stinger kill. I swap over to the Neptune Vandal and I run into an issue where the sound effects are different, so it messes up my aim. That's what I'm going to say happened here. Actually, I realized, a lot of people say, oh, stop pressing shift around corners. And I was like, oh, wow, probably true. But then I continued to do it even today. And one thing I realized is that I need to learn how to do the silent steps, okay? Because I think if you do one full step or something like that, you can do it quietly. And that's what I need to do around corners. But the problem is it's annoying if you mess it up and you accidentally step too far. I need a system that tells me when I'm about to make sound. Maybe I can count it 1, and that's 1 step. Who knows? That's probably something you could practice in the shooting range. A little bit of silent cornering drills. You could use a sage wall, peek out from behind it, trying to figure out the max distance for a silent step. Because you do want to be moving fast, but you want to be moving fast and quietly at the same time. Our second game here is on Lotus. We're kind of a couple rounds into it. And I can say attacking on Lotus can be fun. Here I was shooting at the body that was respawning because I don't know the timing on it. Instead, I should have just shot at the Sage. It was pretty bad there, despicable. Now, when you're attacking, I think what you do is you go to a site, you see how many people are there, you try to get a kill, and then you should just always rotate because people like to fast rotate on Lotus. So if you just cancel, go to a different site, it works pretty well. We didn't do that often this game, so it was pretty rough. Then switch to defense. I kind of just push out B or C and then try to get some kills, clean up. We are getting better at dismissing. I'm starting to understand why it's good. Now, I try to think if there's more than one enemy on my screen, press dismiss as soon as I get a kill. And it's basically been working out for me pretty well because my life is more important than a little bit of health, potentially. And most of the time, if you're healing in front of an enemy, they're going to kill you because they get that nice purple line indicating exactly where you are. We finished the day off with our aim training, generating that finite mouse control.